What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic, you dig, afternoon grind. Shout out to everybody. And like I told you guys, this past week I told you guys there was a strong rumor that Andre Ward was signing with Top Rank. He told some media members last night, I'm going to leave the article in the description of Boxing Scene so that you know it's trill, that he was, his contract with HBO was up, So, sounds like he's done with HBO. And he says he's 100% with Rock Nation, but he can't say what he wants to say about that. And according to the article, and according to a lot of sources that I trust, Rock Nation is pulling out of boxing. I told y'all this, months ago. They can't thrive the way they want to thrive in the sport of boxing. So everybody in the Top Rank Rock Nation roster is probably going to disband. Miguel Cotto was the first to find out about it. They can't make moves in boxing, you know what I mean? For the simple fact that, Al Heyman and Bob Arum got shit sold up and they can't do nothing. So it sounds like HBO is just completely getting out of the sport of boxing. It sounds completely like they're done with boxing, or getting ready to be done with boxing. They may only do, high level, fights now. No more, and they mid-level fights, or lower level fights probably be on HBO Latino. So, like I said, I said this about a year ago, that HBO was getting out of boxing. And my sources, never really let me down, the ones I really trust. And, it is what it is, I guess HBO don't need boxing. I told y'all guys this a while ago. They got the most, subscribers, Game of Thrones, To the Wire, Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire, stand-up comedy, all that shit. They got the best of the best. So leaving the sport of boxing is not going to hurt HBO at all. But I think it will help the sport of boxing now that everybody wants to get in on the basic or free, boxing format. Al Heyman is the only one that got the free boxing format, because when it come on Fox, that's free. ESPN still pay. You still got to pay you still got to pay your cable bill to get ESPN. But Andre Ward was praising ESPN and Top Rank last night, according to the article, saying this is nice, the setup is nice. He likes what Top Rank ESPN is doing, collaborating on boxing. And, Andre Ward, throw him in the pot. Throw him in the pot. I think this is another mistake in his career, signing with Top Rank, but it is what it is. I think at this point in his career, he should just remain a promotional free agent and just, work off that and make fights with different promoters. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's just another monkey wrench in the sport of boxing. I think it's another mistake in Andre Ward's career. That's just my opinion. But, signing with Bob Arum, the guy who didn't promote Terrence Crawford right for this fight week, don't promote black fighters the right way, and Andre Ward going to walk right into that. It seems like James Prince is taking all his fighters and signing them to Top Rank. And if he's confident and knows what, the plans is with Bob Arum, we'll see. It's not too much to do for Andre Ward out there. The only fight that I can see him, taking that could take him to that next level in the light heavyweight division will be Adonis Stevenson. Well, he already at a level, I guess, higher to add on to it, or he can move to cruiserweight, which, if he's signed with Bob Arum, there should be no issue getting some of them fights at cruiserweight. And he said a fight with Anthony Joshua is not off the table. He seems like he's dead ass serious moving up fighting Anthony Joshua. If he moves up and beat Joshua, man, he might be the GOAT, man. But I don't see that happening. I think he's ready to retire, Andre Ward. I think about 3 or 4 more fights, he'd be out the game. So the Top Rank thing ain't going to hurt him, because if, Top Rank, his contract up with Top Rank, he signed a 4-3 fight deal with Top Rank. They, your last fight come up, they offer you a good fight, and you get the good fight as long as you sign the extension. That's not going to be an issue with Andre Ward. I think by the time that his contract is up with Top Rank, depending on the length of it, he'll be ready to retire. Heard Virgil Hunter talking about him getting ready to retire already. He done right with his money. Talking about Andre Ward. Say he's comfortable, his family's happy. So, a couple more fights he'll be out. So it might not be as big a mistake as it seems. But, I just think the Adonis Stevenson fight and then potentially a cruiserweight fight or a better beat fight is a good way to go out for him. But, it is what it is. He got a life after boxing, man. I'm pretty sure. James Prince is a good business guy. If he can call some fights on ESPN, that'd be another blessing for him. He seems pretty good calling fights. So, he's prepared for life after boxing. And, let's see what he does next, man. If he moves up and fight Joshua, that's some crazy shit. But it looks like HBO was, pulling their hand. And I wonder where, I guess they're going to work with the winner of Canelo and Triple G, I would guess. And this dude seldom fights here. They just going to be fight here, fight here, fight here. It ain't going to be a large amount of fight days on HBO. We seen that that's why Top Rank left. Because the fight dates were slashed by 75%, but we gone.